Reacher Season 3 decimates previous season's debuts at Prime Video. Reacher has just bulldozed its way back onto Prime Video, and according to the streamer, Season 3 has smashed the performance of its previous seasons to deliver the biggest debut of the series so far. As per Variety, the show's latest outing has drawn a surge in viewership that eclipses the impressive debuts of Seasons 1 and 2 combined. For fans who've been tracking the series since its inception, it suggests that Alan Ritchson could get his wish of wanting to play Jack Reacher for a long time to come. Reacher opened its Prime Video account with a strong Season 1. Readers of Lee Child's novels were already well aware of the imposing ex-military policeman whose tactics often blur the lines between justice and vigilantism, and the casting of Alan Ritchson in the lead role delivered everything that fans had hoped for. Season 1 stuck close to the first Reacher novel, Killing Floor, with the subsequent second season using Bad Luck and Trouble as its inspiration. That season drew in less positive reviews, but smashed Season 1's viewership in a matter of days. Now Season 3 has arrived and answered the burning question of whether audiences really want more from Reacher, and that answer is a resounding yes. Prime Video has revealed that the new season debuted with a massive 54 million views in the first 19 days of release. That makes it the most watched returning series ever on the platform, and a 0.5% increase from Season 2. The thing about a series like Reacher is that anyone can really jump in at any point to watch, as each season doesn't carry much over from its previous one. With the show continuing to gain strong word of mouth, it seems that more have been slipping into the brutal, action-packed adventures of everyone's favorite TV tough guy. Reacher could have been much different if another actor had won the lead role. Like millions of people are searching that question. Like, who the F is this guy, Reacher? He sucks? I asked myself the same question, and so did the studio, because they went back multiple times like, I'm not sure this is the right guy. We want somebody bigger and stronger and faster, but yeah, I don't know. I asked myself the same thing. It wasn't an easy get. It was an 8-month audition process. You think I felt wanted at the end of an 8-month process? And then I found out after the fact, they promised the job to another dude. And I just happened to be crushing the auditions, and they were like, I guess we have to strongly consider this guy who was just supposed to be someone we threw in the mix. And I ended up winning the role. So I too asked myself the same question. Thanks for that. Reacher Season 3 is currently airing new episodes each week, and the 2 previous seasons are both available to stream on Prime Video. Season 3 of Reacher doesn't just return with a vengeance, it steamrolls its predecessor and leaves no doubt that the Amazon Prime juggernaut is not only here to stay, but primed to dominate the action thriller landscape for years to come. While Season 2 delivered its share of grit and brawn, Season 3 is something else entirely. It's a pressure cooker of suspense, strategy, and spectacle, with a script sharp enough to cut glass and performances so gripping you'll forget to breathe. To be fair, Season 2 wasn't bad. In fact, it built smartly on the breakout first season. But where Season 2 was a solid continuation, Season 3 is a statement. It's the series kicking down the door, flipping the table, and telling every other show in the genre, you had your turn. More than muscle. Alan Ritchson returns as the 6'5" brick wall with a brain, and this time he's more than just a wandering Avenger. There's a quiet evolution in his portrayal of Reacher. He's still stoic, still steel-eyed, still able to turn a henchman's ribcage into a jigsaw puzzle with one punch. But there's a deeper resonance in his silences now, a storm behind the calm. Season 3 digs into the psychological terrain of Reacher like never before, giving us glimpses of trauma, regret, and even, dare we say it, empathy. That added depth doesn't soften him. If anything, it sharpens his edges. Ritchson plays him like a force of nature that's learned how to hold back until it's time not to. And when it's time, God help whoever's on the receiving end. Smarter, sleeker, sharper. From the first scene, it's clear this season's pacing is relentless. The writing team, now fully in sync with what makes the Reacher formula tick, have created a tightly wound thriller that rarely takes a breath. The plot, loosely adapted from Lee Child's Persuader, plays like a cold-blooded chess match soaked in gasoline. Every move matters. Every character is more than they seem. And every twist lands like a boot to the gut. Gone are the filler subplots. Season 3 is lean. No wasted scenes, no dead weight. Just story, tension, and an escalating series of gut-wrenching confrontations that never feel forced. There's a new sense of maturity to the storytelling, less brute force, more tactical genius. That doesn't mean Reacher's stopped snapping arms like breadsticks, he hasn't, but the show now treats violence like punctuation. It's loud, quick, final. And it's always has meaning. Characters that crackle. One of Season 3's greatest triumphs is its supporting cast. This is no longer the Jack Reacher solo show. It's an ensemble firing on all cylinders. Serene Deswan returns as Carla Dixon in a role expanded beyond expectations. No longer just a capable sidekick, Dixon evolves into a layered character with her own arc, her own demons, and her own sense of justice. Her chemistry with Reacher simmers with tension, not necessarily romantic, but something better, mutual respect forged in fire. Then there's the villain. Oh man, the villain. Without spoiling too much, let's just say Season 3 introduces a nemesis worthy of Reacher's time. Cold, cunning, and chillingly charismatic, he's not just a threat because of his fists or firepower. He's a threat because he thinks. And watching him try to outmaneuver Reacher is like watching two lions circle each other in a locked cage. Supporting players like Neely Maria Stan, a new CIA contact with ambiguous motives, and a small-town sheriff caught in a high-stakes moral crossfire, add richness and complexity to a story that never feels like it's coasting. Cinematic and brutal. Visually, Season 3 ups the ante. The cinematography leans into noir like shadows, long silences, and stark contrasts. It's more cinematic than ever before, with action scenes choreographed not just for spectacle but for impact. And let's talk about those action scenes. Forget shaky cam. Forget overdone slow motion. Season 3's fights are brutally efficient. Every punch looks like it hurts. Every gunshot counts. And in true Reacher fashion, it's not about looking cool, it's about surviving. But that survival has never looked so good. The show travels to darker, grittier locations this season, from decaying coastlines to abandoned industrial sites, and every setting feels like a character in its own right. The atmosphere is thick, the stakes are real, and the tension is suffocating. Fan service without pandering. What's impressive is how Reacher Season 3 manages to please longtime fans without pandering. Easter eggs from the books are sprinkled in smartly, from familiar dialogue lifted straight from Lee Child's pages to subtle nods in the score and set design. But this is not a season that needs nostalgia to thrive. It's built for both the diehards and the newcomers. You can jump in cold and still get hooked, but if you've been on this ride since the beginning, the payoffs hit even harder. Bigger themes, bigger heart. Beneath all the carnage and cloak and dagger, Season 3 finds time to ask bigger questions. What does justice really mean? What happens to the soul when vengeance becomes your purpose? Can someone like Reacher ever truly stop running? These aren't themes the show preaches. It whispers them between the lines in quiet moments when the gunsmoke clears. And those whispers linger. There's a particular scene, Reacher alone in a motel room, staring at a photo of a face from his past, that may be one of the finest moments the series has ever delivered. No words. Just wait. It's a reminder that the best stories aren't just about who wins. They're about what it costs to fight. Final verdict. A knockout. In every conceivable way, Reacher Season 3 is a level up. It's tighter, darker, deeper, and bolder. The action is savage. The story is